Hey everybody! Recently, Vsoft had an expert panel discussion on faster payment strategy. We brought in experts from all around the industry to share their thoughts on what it takes to create a faster payment strategy. First thing we asked them was, where do you start? Then we asked them to share some of the lessons they've learned from implementing faster payments. And then we asked about, well, should you implement one or multiple payment channels, or maybe just wait for FedNow? What did they have to say? Let's go to the panel discussion and hear what an expert on global payments had to say.
Again, if I look internationally around the world, there are I think there's the only other country I could think of, or the only other region I could think of that allows multiple options for these sort of things is the Euro area, right? Where we have both private sector as well as public sector clearing organizations. So there aren't a whole lot of lessons that we can draw from the rest of the world. I'll say that, right? In most other countries, there's only one choice. When it comes to the US, though, I think for most institutions, multiple options are going to make sense. But I can only emphasize what's been said here already, which is to say, if you don't do anything for the next 3 years and wait for FedNow to show up, the market is just simply going to continue to leave you behind. If you're thinking that, then you've already been left behind in your thinking. Okay, and if you continue to act that way, the market will simply continue to race further ahead. After all, I mean, customers are out there; they're doing these things already, right? So they're going to continue doing it that way, and the relationship that you have with your customers is going to continue to bleed off to third parties. What I'd say is you've effectively chosen one of the two strategies. Okay. One of the two strategies that I described, which is that you decided that you're simply going to be a repository for your customers' money, and you're going to allow that customer experience to be taken over by other parties, and you just become a settlement account. And that's okay if that's what you're choosing, but allow it to be an active choice rather than a passive one.
If you do not do anything for the next 3 years, you'll be left behind in the market while it races further ahead. Customers are doing these things already, and your relationship with your customers will bleed off into third parties. Wow. Those were some great comments, and there were more views shared from other experts. And if you'd like to hear and see what the other experts had to say, or maybe see the entire webinar on the faster payment strategy, then head over to paymentsprofessor.com. I'll put a link to the webinar in the description to help. For now, class dismissed.